So, what is language automation means? So, when we say automation of a grammar, right, as someone, right, not everybody will be going through this hard period, right? So, if you're someone who hails from India, uh, they might be going through this hard period and tough times, right? So it's going to be cumbersome for them to be able to learn things from the word go, right? So sorry, I'm going to be doing some slangy things here as well. So please stick around till the end of the video. This is going to be really important here. So the language automation means you will never have to think about which grammar you're going to be speaking, right? So this is something that I want you to practice with. So you just have to come up with a spontaneity. Now, what if someone wants you to give a speech with spontaneity? If someone asks you to give a speech which is going to be an unprepared one, what are you going to do, right? So you might be struggling a lot with grammar, and you might be struggling with what word you should be putting together to frame the sentence, right? So you might be having such problems in future as well. So this is where language automation comes into play. So this is what I've done. Over many years to be able to perfect the automation process. So what do you need to automate with? What I want you to automate with is grammar, right? So unlike your mother tongue, this might have a different grammatical skill set, of course, to master it. So English is always going to be difficult when you don't master the grammatical things here. So the grammatical aspects are going to be playing a key role here. So they're going to be really vital here to be able to master the language. So this is what I want you to automate with your brain, right? So you never need to think about which grammar that you're going to be sticking with to be able to produce the next sentence, right? So you must be able to do that pretty easily, right? So this is going to help you with improving fluency, and this will actually help you to reduce the MTI, mother tongue influence, right? So if you want to get rid of MTI, the mother tongue influence, in your own English speaking skill, you need to be automating the grammar, right? So that is the best and vital thing that you should be doing it with your soul to be able to get better out of it, right? So automation is something that you need to be done. You need to be doing to be able to do things better, and then you seem to be really good at it, right? So and you can actually go on to blast with your speech, right? You can go on have a longer conversation if you're really good at automating things within your brain. So you just have to get yourself exposed to the spoken version of the language. This is what I told you in my first video as well, right? So the more you get things into your brain, the better outcome is really going to come when you speak, right? So the prospect of becoming fluent in English relies in automating the grammar rules within your brain. So I've done some sort of steps, a kind of automation process within myself, so that I become fluent, so that I never need to think of grammar when I speak. Every video that I'm going to give you, that I'm going to release on my channel, they're all going to be unedited, right? So this is what the automation process would do to actually get you a better position to be able to speak about anything, right, irrespective of topic that you're going to be in. And you might get asked about questions relating to your work, or they may be irrelevant as well. So you must be able to speak about that if you get asked about. So what you need to be doing is how well you actually be able to communicate, and this is going to be the key in addition to automation of the grammar, right? You might be thinking which grammar the next sentence is going to come up with, right? So this is really hard. So you might be translating things in your head from your mother tongue, and again this has to be translated into English, and finally this has to come out. So this actually takes time to be able to have a grasp on it, right? So you must have some urge within you to be able to do things better in terms of automation, right? So this actually requires lots of time, lots of effort, right? You need to be putting lots of effort into automating things in your brain so that you you would never need to think of grammar when you really need to speak about something. So get things done as soon as possible. But automation is something that is going to take a longer period of time than you think, right? So you might be thinking that this might be done in a week or a month. This is not going to happen anyway, right? So this is going to take some months together to be able to automate your brain with the grammar rules and things like that. So for which I recommend you not to only study the grammar. I also recommend you to go through lots of English speaking videos. So that is the best version uh, of getting grammar rules, and so that you become used to it, right? So things can be done in that way as well. So you must be perfecting it, irrespective of the fact that how you're going to learn this, how you're going to automate things better and better over time. This is not going to be easy for you to learn things at one go. I know how difficult it is going to be because I went through the same rigors while learning English, right? So this is what I went through, and I'm going to unravel. I'm going to disclose every efforts that I made over the period of time to be able to do things better when it comes to speaking, right? So I can speak for a longer period of time without really having to think about it about any topic, right? So irrespective of whether it is relating to my own uh, work, it's going to be other than my work, right? So I do things. I can speak about things without really having to think about it. But I must have known some sort of a set of vocabulary, right, to talk about things. So you must be aware of that as well. So you can't be doing everything without knowing a set of vocabulary to talk about the topics, right? So I will come up with the with a set with a set of vocabulary which you can actually find helpful in future as well. So this is what you might be seeing in future. So please stick around and do things as much as possible. And I think I want you to practice more and more to get better at it, right? So this is not something which can be done in a year, right? So it took me almost 5 years to be able to learn English like this one. So it takes years, months together to be able to do uh, and to be able to speak English out loud. So the practice is the key. That is what every English channel would be emphasizing, right? So it is not uh, me emphasizing about the practice and the significance of the practice, right? Everybody would say the same, and I'm going to differ with that, right? So in a way that you got to be doing it with lots of internal communication that should be happening within you, right? So if you're going to start from the scratch, then you need to be having internal communication, right? So this will actually help you to grow in confidence, and I want you to speak uh, alone, right, to yourself. So you know the grammar rules. You just have to start talking with yourself, right? So it's not like you do everything uh, by having conversation with others, right? So firstly and initially, and more essentially, I want you to have conversation with you. So because you know the grammar rules, so to a certain extent, so that if you're going to make any errors, then you'll be able to find and rectify it before you're going to have conversation with others, right? So please make sure that you do this, and things can be coming in your way pretty soon. And I think this is the best way of learning any language, not just English. Goodbye from me, and I will see you in the next video.